Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Man, it's been a really long time since I last looked at a mermaid-related movie. I mean, it seems only yesterday since I blogged the Floating Palace special from Sophia the First, which was the very first mermaid-related movie that I ever blogged on my show. And I also blogged several others, like Return to Merowe Cove, Song of the Sirenas from Elena of Avalor, Magic Island, Ponyo, and of course the classical Little Mermaid trilogy. Speaking of which, I still can't believe I got to chat with Ariel's voice actress Jodie Benson during GalaxyCon last year, and believe me, that was not only a dream come true, but it was a really sweet experience for me. Also, over the years, I've been checking out several other mermaid-related media, whether being on YouTube or Netflix. However, for today's episode, I've chosen a mermaid-related movie from the mid-2010s that many of you out there may never have heard of before. And I have a theory that maybe some of you out there might find it interesting. So, released on July 21st, 2017, the movie is Scales, Mermaids Are Real. Now, let's get swimming. Siren Phillips has lived her life thinking that she's an ordinary girl in an ordinary town. However, Siren learns that she is far from ordinary as she is destined to turn into a mermaid at the age of 12, and she must struggle with her new reality, saying goodbye to her human mother and her friends while she transitions into the water. To make matters worse, a group of hunters are planning to capture her. Siren also befriends a new boy at school named Adam Wiltz, who she turns to for help. Adam agrees, but finds himself caught in the middle when it's his own father who is after Siren. When Siren's human mother, Tiffany, is taken, the town must rally behind her and help her make a peaceful transition into the water before the hunters can find out where she is. So, what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, in my eyes, like some movies today, this film seems to be marketed more towards children and less for both audiences, being children and adults. Well, that may be true, but due to this film having a coming-of-age plot, that's where some audiences might find some enjoyment out of this. Also, I thought the marketing was so unfair because I found this movie to be very underrated and an enjoyable movie. I'm serious, it's really good. I love the story, the characters, the underwater scenery, the plot twists, even the friendship chemistry. And now, let's move on to Mustang notes. The film was written, produced, and directed by Kevin Peterson, and the movie's filming locations were set in Santa Clarita, Malibu, and Santa Barbara, California. Now to me, aside from the underwater scenery and the cinematography looking pretty good, I thought the scene where Siren begins her mermaid transformation in a bathtub was both shocking and surprising. The part where Siren manipulates water in a glass was pretty cool, and the part where Siren gets lightheaded and dizzy due to her gills growing in was very serious and thought-provoking. Also, I thought it was pretty interesting when the film explains that half-breeds need to spend 3 years in the water and 3 years on land, while purebloods can be mermaid or human anytime they choose. Plus, my favorite moments in this movie is when Siren meets the other mermaids at a water desalination plant, the scene where Siren gains her mermaid tail at the mermaid safe house, and the scene where she reunites with her biological mermaid mother, Emerald, who's played by none other than the famous mermaid actress and model Hannah Fraser, whom I've been following on YouTube and Facebook for quite some time now, and I just hope that I can meet her in person someday, if possible. And now, let's move on to the cast. The main character, Siren Phillips, is played by Emma Perry, who, during the same year, was in Wiener Dog Internationals. And she also got to be part of Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards in 2016 and 2019. In my eyes, Siren is a very special girl, and I think she has a very sweet personality. And I found it relatable when Siren has to take in the fact that she's in fact half mermaid. Also, while watching this movie, I feel like Siren is like a mix of Princess Melody from The Little Mermaid 2, Merlia Summers from Barbie's Mermaid Tale movies, Madison from Splash, and the H2O Girls, both live action and animated. Plus, I think Siren's mermaid form looks very beautiful, and I like the scene where Siren and the other mermaids use their magic in order to revive and cure Adam, and when Siren kills off Brody by sucking all the water out of his body. I mean, holy mackerel! Next we have Siren's human mom, Tiffany, played by Elizabeth Rome. Tiffany has raised Siren almost her entire life, and in my eyes, I think she makes a wonderful mom, despite the fact that she's been keeping Siren's mermaid background a secret for her own safety. Also, I like that Emerald has made Tiffany an honorary member of the Mermaids, and I also liked when Tiffany gave Siren an aerator in order to help protect her gills when she grows them. Plus, I like that Tiffany is willing to fight to the end in order to stand between Siren and the hunters so that Siren can make it safely to the ocean. Next up is Siren's childhood best friend, Crystal, played by Nikki Hahn, whom was in the 2016 TV movie Adventures in Babysitting. To me, Crystal makes a great best friend for Siren, and I like that she was the first person to reveal Siren's mermaid background, as well as stepping up and trying to help her with her transition. Also, I like that Crystal tries to keep Siren away from danger, and I thought that femstone necklace that she gave to Siren as an early birthday present was pretty sweet. Another character to talk about is Adam Wiltz, played by Jack Dylan Grazer, who's best known from films like It Chapter 1, Tales of Halloween, Shazam, and next month he'll be in Pixar's Luca. Sweet! Anyway, in my eyes, Adam is the most memorable and relatable character in this movie, mainly due to his friendship with Siren after she stood up for him while he was being bullied for his brittle bone disease. Also, after finding out that his dad is planning to hunt down Siren, Adam refuses to be saved in a way of being harmed, and he offers to keep his friends safe. Also, I thought Adam made a very heroic sacrifice in order to save Tiffany, which kind of reminded me of what John Smith did to save Chief Powhatan. Finally, we come to Adam's dad, Gary, played by Stephen Snaden. This guy is the leader of the mermaid hunters, whose goal is to hunt down Siren in order to use her mermaid blood to heal his son's brittle bone disease. To me, Gary can be kinda stubborn and reckless at times. However, the fact that he's willing to do whatever it takes to cure his son makes him very understandable. Plus, I thought his right-hand man, Brody, was really power-hungry and a greedy jerk, who was willing to do whatever it takes to advance, even ruthlessly capture mermaids for his research. Also, I didn't like that he considered mermaids as science projects or objects, and when he attempted to kidnap Crystal. Other members of the cast includes Morgan Fairchild, Elsie Fisher, Kimberly Hidalgo, Sterling Suleiman, Nori Victoria, Lily Berlina, and Emily Rude. And now let's move on to my final words. Overall, Scale's Mermaids Are Real is a pretty decent mermaid movie. Sure, there may be a few hiccups, like some of the acting being kinda off at times, but that flaw aside, I thought the film's story was very enchanting, thought-provoking, emotional, and serious at times, and I thought it made a very promising coming-of-age film. Plus, the main character Siren is a very special and lucky girl, and I liked her friendship chemistry with Adam and Crystal. Plus, I thought the Mermaid Council were interesting characters, and I thought they made pretty good mentors for Siren during her transition period. And I think the cinematography and the underwater scenery was pretty good too. I really hope this movie gains a sequel soon, where Crystal can finally gain her own mermaid transformation, since she does mention that she hasn't changed yet. But until they do make a sequel, I highly recommend you folks to check this movie out, whether on DVD or Netflix. And I think you should share this movie with your children, even if some of you may not like it. Still, I give this movie an 87% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me next time as we look at another underwater movie, but this time we'll be looking at an old mid-50s Disney movie on the Nautilus, Mustang Power.